Before we begin, thank you very much to DJ Ross for pitching in over on Ko-fi. Thank you very much for the direct contribution to the channel. And your message their message simply says, open it. I assumed to tell me to open up the Onyx Primal that I got during the big toy tour that I did last week. No, I am not. I don't have the guts to open a toy that rare. It is not in me. Cool as the toy is, like Onyx Primal, one of the cooler looking Beast Wars toys. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. Can't do it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. But thank you very much for the support. Always appreciated. Let's get into the news roundup, shall we? SDCC took up the bulk of the news, but not all of it. So we do have some things that we can talk about this week. So we have some new listings going all the way to 2027. They're kind of ridiculous to go that far out. So let's take a look here. So we do have a bunch of anniversary listings that are going to be exclusive to Target, and then a bunch of general releases to talk about as well. So for starters, we have a Beast Wars Maximal Multi-Pack. So this throws things into confusion. Previously, we had a listing for a multi-pack for Predacons, which I assumed on their own would have been just, here's a repaint of Black Arachnia in her trigger colors. Here is a repaint of Rhinox into his Predacon colors, which we haven't gotten ever, and it's way overdue. So I thought it was just going to be like gap filler repaints. That way we actually just had like the kind of repaints we've always been asking for. But now we have a maximal pack on top of that. And now I'm starting to think, is this more akin to the anniversary sets they did for Studio Series, where it's just a multi-pack of like 07 movie toys and a multi-pack of like Autobots and Decepticons from Revenge of the Fallen, things like that. So we might be looking at that instead. We don't know for sure because there's no price listed. That would tell us a lot. And the maximal pack very well could be just a set of repaints that we don't have yet. Things like, you could get like, let's say another thing, like Windraiser, like the repaint of Silverbolt. We don't have that yet. It's another BotCon toy getting an update. Offhand, Pack Rat from the core class. We don't have that. That does mean the other pack might have Fractal. So yeah, there's ways. There's definitely options for what we could get out of there. For all we know, it's Tripredicus and Magnaboss. That's extraordinarily unlikely, but you never know. So yeah, that's a big question mark now. Now it could be literally anything, and I'm intensely curious as to what we're actually going to be getting there. Beyond that, there is another Twin Mill in the listings. Twin Mill 2, meaning one of its other iconic colorings that came out as a Hot Wheels toy, is going to come out as a Transformer 2. Good to see that those molds are going to get extra runs because both of them look really, really good. For the anniversary stuff, we have an Insecticon 3 pack. I'm assuming because this is a Studio Series, it is going to be cartoon accurate colors, which is, if I'm looking at mine right now, where are mine? Where am I? They're over there. I assume that's just going to mean opaque plastic, nothing translucent. I like that. And the biggest difference is probably just going to be Bombshell being more gray than purple. That literally might be like the only like huge distinction you see between them. But if anyone was missing out on those Insecticons, 3-pack on the way. Cool. I can't wait for it to hit a clearance aisle so I can grab it for clones. Yeah, that's the thing. It makes a troop builder too. I didn't even think about that till a minute ago. Voyager Starscream as a anniversary exclusive to Target. Starscream being an exclusive release is crazy. And I feel like that has to do with the fact that the last time they did a Voyager Starscream release, well, even though, no, I didn't see, it was the leader. It was the Studio Series leader, Coronation Starscream. That one did not sell great. That one was way overstocked. Even though it was Starscream, it didn't sell very well. I think that's just because you don't want to sell a Starscream any larger than a Voyager class. I think making a leader was a mistake. But it's weird to see the main character of the Seekers reduced to a Target exclusive. It will sell out very quickly. Yeah, so once you see a pre-order for that, jump. Don't wait on it. They're also getting the re-release of Deluxe Prowl, which is going to be a Studio Series release, so that's the one I want. If it follows in line with all the other Studio Series 86 reissues of those toys, no clear plastic, which is important on that mold because it's the knees, but also no battle damage from the death scene. So that means we just get the Prowl I actually want to have, which that'll be nice. That'll actually grab, even though it's just an upgrade of a toy I've already got. But it's a toy I like, and I'd like it in a premium format. Also, it was a hard toy to get in Earthrise, so good on Hasbro for putting it out again. Now, this is a general release, and this is our 2027 Leader Class for Studio Series. It is another attempt at Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. The 2007 figure, original live action movie, is going to get another attempt. This time being a Leader Class instead of a Voyager, so you know the budget's going to be increased on the production, but the toy is pretty old at this point. So my point that I keep stressing, and I'm going to make a whole video series about this, I've been debating it for a while now. The whole thing that I've been stressing for a while is that we are hitting a point where the budgetary limitations of new toys are starting to make them regress to the point where certain toys prior to them are still better than the ones we are now getting. And it starts to become debatable whether or not the brand new toy is actually an improvement over the old one. This is going to be a very, very strong benchmark for that. You know, if the Leader Class budget does allow them to do more with it, though it's still probably going to be generally the same size, we will cross fingers and hope, because they can do some really impressive things at the Leader Class price point. I just don't know if it's going to be worth it. I don't know if it's going to be any better than the Voyager they already made, but we will wait and see. Still, things to look forward to. Listings that are a long way off. Let's take a look at what we can look at right now. Takara hit us with the preview and announcement for T-Spark, Missing Link, Nemesis Prime. It's an Optimus Prime mold. This was inevitable. So you've got the trailer, which I think they could have done way better with the trailer. It's just Prime's normal toy version trailer with a Decepticon symbol instead, which that in itself is kind of creepy to see. So maybe that's the point. The Nemesis looks fine. It's got the pinkish red plastic that it's supposed to have. The teal's right. I mean, I'm not a fan of just Nemesis Prime on standard G1 Optimus, but it doesn't look bad. The cool thing here is that we get things that we don't really normally get along with Nemesis, like Nemesis Roller, which is kind of funny to me, but they didn't name it that. That would have been amazing. The container, the trailer, is now called Wheelhouse, so it has its own name. Roller has been renamed Giza in reference to the Arms Micron that came with his Power of the Primes release, which is the one I still have. Let's see. We also have the Matrix Silver with a purple center, referred to as the Heart of Cybertron. It's a reference to the Microbots episode. Not a bad pull. If you want to turn the Heart of Cybertron into the core of an evil Matrix, that's not a bad idea. I do like that the Energon axe is officially called the Executioner axe. Like, that's extreme. That's very extreme. Cool release. It's a cool release overall. I'm probably not going to drop the money this would require, but it's cool for your Nemesis fans and your Black Convoy fans. It's a pretty good looking one. It is important to mention that this is called Nemesis Prime and not Black Convoy, which is kind of fascinating because the Missing Link was named Convoy. They kept the original name for that one. Let's move on to a few other bits of toy news, shall we? Someone posted a photo of a comparison between the new Studio Series Titan Grimlock prototype along with the original Leader Class. It's a staggering difference in size and mass. It is almost twice as tall. extremely bulky, a lot thicker in a lot of areas. It looks incredible. It looks incredible. Now, the current leader, like that leader class toy, is already one of the most impressive Studio Series pieces. Like, I'm not big on movie aesthetic, but I love that figure. It just looks really, really cool. If the Titan lives up to it, I'm gonna be just all over it. And you can see where the upgrades are. Like, the feet are a lot thicker. A lot of the details are far more prominent. You know, the torso is a lot beefier. Yeah, it's a cool. It's always been a really cool design. I'm probably gonna break my Studio Series movie based boycott. Not a boycott, just none of them interest me. But I would go for this, because if this looks like this, I'm in. Because that was the most impressive thing about the leader, is that the paint job on it is so cool looking. So cool looking. It looks hand done, but it's at a production level, so that's impressive. If they can capture that on the Titan and not just like airbrush here and there, it's gonna look really good. It's gonna look incredible. I'm really looking forward to how this turns out. Considering they're promising 3 more of these, a lot is going to be riding on this. A lot is riding on this. We have official stock images for the upcoming Deluxe Spitfire from Earthspark. So, I saw something from Paramount, like his actual Paramount website, that mentioned Season 4. I don't know if that was legit or not, because I didn't see anyone pick up on it. I didn't see any of the normal Transformer news outlets actually picking up on them actually announcing a Season 4. Might have been a fever dream I had. I don't know. I need to double check after this. Point being, I thought we were done with Earthspark completely, but there is still a little bit trickling out. Aside from the sound wave that became obscenely rare, and the hashtag that was in the same wave, which I'm currently doing a giveaway for a hashtag. If you are missing that from your collection, I have a spare deluxe hashtag now, giving it away to one lucky viewer. Go to my previous video from last week in order to see how to enter. It's always a very simple way to enter my contests. So, Spitfire looks fine. She is just a straight up repaint of Twitch. She has the shard in the center, which is an important detail, though it's just going to be painted on. That's going to look weird. The thing that bugs me is that the head is way too nice, because it is Twitch's standard head. I would have liked a little bit of resculpting to take that slight smile away and to make the eyes look a little bit sharper. Like, that's what's taken me out. The fact that it is literally just like just a straight up repaint that's just not capturing the character very well. See, look, you can see, look at the attitude. Look at the attitude Spitfire is supposed to have. Give Zelda Williams a little bit more credit than that. It is nice to see that we are still getting like this, because this will finish it off, because there's an aftermath out there. It's not a deluxe, but it's still a pretty good piece. So this will at least let you complete all of the Terrans, all 7 of them, chaos or otherwise. And I don't think the colors are even bad. I think the colors alone just look pretty good. Wild King has a brand new figure for us announced. This is the final of the Beast Tribe that we know of. And this one is interestingly named. This is Sky Report. Sky Report. Like it's giving a weather forecast or something. Questionable odd name aside, I love the look. It's two-tone green. I love that. I like the off-whites. I like this like pale gold that it's got going on. It looks really, really cool. This is the last one Optimus Prime needs in order to create a 5-piece combiner out of all of the energy beasts. And at least the ones from the animal tribe. Yeah, and it just looks really good. Yeah, we got an eagle. We got an eagle, which I think everyone predicted. It was just going to be a green eagle, because that's the most obvious thing, and it was the only element left that Optimus did not have access to. And you can see that the tail fin becomes the new chest piece, which is going to provide the space for all 5 of the element energies to combine on. I really like how it is capable of like folding over the arm like this, and actually like creating like a shield over the shoulders. That actually helps the conversion a little bit. Like if you took the other one, Thunderbeak, and did the same thing over here, you'd create a very different look because it mostly hides Optimus's shoulders. That would have been a trick to do a little bit. If they did the trick a little bit more, that would have been cool. And yeah, there's your 5-part combination. Though, it's using the wrong figures, because Abyss Rain and Thunderbeak have no business being in this combination, but they are the newer toys, so those are the ones being promoted. Still, Prime's going to have his full team at last. He's going to have his own wing pack. It's one of the coolest looking ones, too. This is not coming out until September 27th. We've got 2 months to wait. Like, Megatron can already have a full 5-member combination from the dinosaur tribe. The fact that Prime has to wait 2 months is kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. Also, the release schedule of these things is ridiculous. I'm still waiting for, like, restocks at HLJ for these things, because there's no other way I can order them. But still, cool. Love to see it. Looks really, really good. Looking forward to it. We have an update on a news story that broke earlier. So a distributor, a retailer in Australia announced that Takara had canceled their orders for the upcoming T-Spark Lyo convoy. That sparked everyone into assuming that Takara was just canceling the release, because this had already been delayed by Takara once before. So the assumption was he was just getting canceled altogether. You can see here Soundwave is holding him at gunpoint to keep him from leaving, because you can even see right there on the tag, like originally this was slated for a February release. Here it is in August. We still do not have a release for this. But Takara did come out with an official comment on this, to say that yes, they are actually not canceling this. This is still coming out. I believe it's slated for next month. So yeah, it was just one retailer that had a cancellation, and that just caused a lot of misunderstanding with a lot of others. Yeah, and this is due this month. So probably toward the end of the month. Takara usually aims for the end of the month for things like this. So don't worry. If you saw that report and you're worried about your Lyo convoy, don't worry. It's still on the way. Cyber World Episode 4 is up for those who are following along with this little mini-series. It's a fun little episode. We get a lot of Elita 1, and we get to see Skybite. Skybite, for you fans of RID 2001, for the ones who are after that, like, Skybite we know and love, I'll just warn you right now that it ain't him. So take it just take it carefully. It's a very different depiction of the character. But beyond that, fun little episode. I'm not going to speak too much of it because it's only 5 minutes long, and we might bundle up and talk about the episodes here on the channel once there's enough to talk about. Quick little one here. We get full artwork for Bruticus now, which is revealing a lot of like what we have been wondering about these particular toys. So we know that Brawl and Swindle are both Voyagers because they have ankle tilt engineering in them, which means the framework combination is not going to be the same as it was on Superion and Menasor, even though Hasbro said, yeah, there's going to be some level of compatibility between them. So now we're kind of getting an idea what's going on. So in the artwork, you can actually see that the knees are part of the framework, obviously. And they seem to have big panels connecting onto Swindle and Brawl at the top. So there is some kind of framework going above and behind the toy. And that's also where we're getting that foot on the underside. So they're definitely doing the frame. And it's just a matter of, because of the way these guys combine in particular, and the fact that Swindle and Brawl have to be the front of the leg rather than the back side of the leg like the previous two combiners, they have to participate. There's no other way around it. So Swindle and Brawl have to have ankle tilt engineering. That's a lot more budget. They have to be Voyagers. Sucks, but that's how it goes. But yeah, it definitely looks like there is a framework to this Bruticus, even though it's a much more minor element in the legs than it was before. Still seems to be where it gets its feet, though. So we'll see how that all works out. Looks cool otherwise. I really like the idea of just having this four barrel blaster on his right arm, thanks to the engines. We have in-hand shots of the brand new Wreck and Doom Sandstorm and Slug Slinger. Potato quality, unfortunately, but you get enough to see some differences between the two. So coloring is mostly the same between the two Sandstorms. Only a few minor changes here and there. You can see some of the gray plastic was replaced with black. There's a little bit of difference in some of the orange colors. I believe, like, I want to say the big difference here is, like, it looks like they might have fixed the torso problem, because, like, looking from this, it looks like it might fit a little bit more flush. Like we'll see. I don't have an in-hand report on that, if they've actually fixed how his torso works. Yeah, it's one of those releases that really just kind of feels like a second attempt to get the toy. Yes, it's got the cartoon accurate face, but it also just kind of feels like if you didn't get it before, here we're running it again. You can get it in this 2-pack. It seems like just an excuse to release it again, because it's in some of these shots very indistinguishable. Like, I think the lighting in these photos has a lot to do with that, but for the most part, yeah, like, it just kind of looks like the same toy. Very minor differences. And Slug Slinger's admittedly kind of doing the same thing. He's just going for a dark blue rather than the light blue that's toy accurate. I'm presuming that is cartoon accurate in some way, though it's been a long time since I saw Headmasters, so I can't remember exactly if Slug Slinger was darker blue in it or not. Either way, the more important thing is it's a rare mold that's getting another release. And again, I just kind of feel like this pack is just an excuse to put out some figures that people might not have gotten the first time. As simple as that. It's just a second chance set. And again, this is where I kind of look at Hasbro and go, and yet you can't find a way of getting the last two G2 Stunticons out. Really? Ah, well. Not going to complain. These are, you know, if Sandstorm has been fixed, he's going to be a really good toy. And then Slug Slinger is a really, really expensive toy in the aftermarket. So good on Hasbro for putting it out again, even if it's maybe a little bit not as great as a color scheme as it was before. And one thing to talk about, and this is from YOLO Park. This is the only little off-topic thing we have, the only like non-Hasbro thing. And it's just the official images and the official reveal for Revenge of the Fallen version of their Megatron AMK Pro kit. And it looks absolutely sick. Like, this is another one of the movie designs I actually like. Like, this big honking Megatron with his gigantic murder arm and his scrawny little left hand. I do like the look of this. I like that they've also included parts to make him more symmetric if you want him to be. And just take off that massive hand cannon and give him something more akin to a normal arm. But yeah, the rust deco looks fantastic. The metallic paint's looking really good. You can see cyberglyphics on him. Yeah, big engines in the back. They do a really good job. YOLO Park does a fantastic job on a lot of this stuff. That's just how it goes. He looks really, really cool. Yeah, and there's the big murder arm. Yeah, I don't know why I like this version so much, but I do. I genuinely do. I think he's, like, visually one of the most threatening Megatrons from the movies. But that's going to do it. That is it for the news roundup for this week. So there you go. There is definitely stuff that San Diego Comic-Con did not cover. That's what we're here for. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. As always appreciated. and I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.